Ever wondered how to make your own delicious chocolate at home? Well, you're in the right place because that's exactly what we're going to explore today. We'll dive deep into the art of chocolate making, from the humble cocoa bean to the final mouth-watering product. We'll discuss the key ingredients you'll need: cocoa beans, sugar, and cocoa butter. We'll walk you through the process, step by step, to ensure you can make a chocolatey treat that rivals the best chocolatiers. Stick around and you'll be a chocolate whiz in no time. So what does it take to create your own chocolate heaven at home? Well, let's start with our first ingredient: cocoa beans. These are the heart and soul of any chocolate. They give our chocolate its rich depth and unique flavor. From dark and bitter to light and sweet, the taste of your chocolate is largely determined by these little gems. Next we have sugar, the sweet sidekick to our cocoa beans. Sugar balances out the bitterness and adds that sweet melody we all love in chocolate. Remember, life is like a box of chocolates, and sometimes you need a little sugar to make things sweet. Finally, we have cocoa butter. This is the secret ingredient that gives our chocolate its smooth, melt-in-your-mouth texture. Think of cocoa butter as the smooth jazz to our cocoa beans rock and roll. It's all about balance, my friends. Now that we've got our ingredients, let's dive into the chocolate making process. First things first, we need to roast and grind our cocoa beans. Now this isn't just about turning up the heat and hoping for the best. No, roasting cocoa beans is a delicate process, one that awakens the rich, deep flavors hidden within each tiny bean. Imagine your oven as a stage and the cocoa beans are the stars, performing a delicious transformation under the spotlight of heat. As the beans roast, they darken, their aroma intensifies, and they become what we affectionately call cocoa nibs. These nibs are then ground into a fine powder, but don't be fooled by the simplicity of this step. Grinding is crucial as it reduces the nibs into a paste, also known as cocoa liquor. This liquor, my friends, is the heart and soul of your chocolate. And voila, the magic of roasting and grinding. With our cocoa beans roasted and ground, we're one step closer to our homemade chocolate. Now it's time to bring all our ingredients together. Let's dive into the magic of mixing. Imagine a beautiful ballet where cocoa liquor, sugar, and cocoa butter are the elegant dancers. They all need to blend in perfect harmony to create the masterpiece that is homemade chocolate. First, we'll take our cocoa liquor, which is really just a fancy way of saying ground cocoa beans. Then, we'll introduce sugar into the mix. The sugar is like the sweet whisper that adds a lovely melody to our ballet. Next up, the cocoa butter enters the scene. This is the secret ingredient that gives our chocolate its irresistible creaminess. Now, the key here is to get the right texture and consistency. It's a bit like being a chocolate whisperer, knowing when the mixture has reached that perfect velvety smoothness. Patience is a virtue, especially when you're crafting the perfect chocolate. Stir gently, let the ingredients mingle, and watch the magic unfold, and just like that, our chocolate mixture is ready. Now comes the fun part: tempering and molding our chocolate. Tempering is like a spa treatment for chocolate. It's all about carefully heating and cooling the chocolate to give it that glossy finish and a satisfying snap. No one likes a dull, crumbly piece of chocolate, right? Start by gently heating your chocolate until it's silky smooth. Be patient, it's like waiting for a bath to fill up. Once the chocolate hits the sweet spot of around 86 to 90 degrees Fahrenheit, it's time for a cool down. Now remove it from the heat and let it cool to about 82 degrees. This is the part where the chocolate takes a deep breath and relaxes. Then it's back to the heat for a quick warm-up to around 88 to 91 degrees. This tempering process is like a roller coaster for the chocolate, but trust me, it's worth the ride. Once your chocolate is tempered, it's ready to be poured into molds. This is the part where you can let your creativity shine. Choose any shape or design you like. Pour the chocolate into the molds and tap them gently to remove any air bubbles. Then, let the chocolate set. It's a bit like waiting for paint to dry, but way more delicious. Congratulations! You've just made your own batch of delicious homemade chocolate. Now who's ready for a taste test?